time, but people don't understand. He's been very dedicated, been very disciplined. Within time, the body wears out, man. So, who has he really fought? These guys were on their way out. Canelo knows. Canelo knows. Eddie Reynoso knows that that he cannot beat David. There's a big possibility he can lose.
Jose Benavidez Sr. is showing more frustration that Canelo hasn't picked his son for a fight. First news got out that Canelo was going to fight Jermall Charlo for Cinco de Mayo weekend. Then it changed to him fighting Dimitri Bivol on Cinco de Mayo weekend, and after that, fighting Triple G for the trilogy. And what Jose is saying is, why is he picking Jermall Charlo, then Bivol, over my son? They don't deserve to fight over David Benavidez. I agree with them when it comes to Andrade and Charlo, because all three of them got garbage resumes. But Reynoso believed Jermall Charlo, well, at the time, he's down with that felony assault now. But before that charge, Jermall Charlo and Triple G would be bigger fights. And that's what they're going for. If all three guys' resumes suck, you might as well go for the bigger fight. And then people will say, well, why does Bivol deserve to fight over David Benavidez? Have you looked at Bivol's box rec? First of all, Bivol has a belt. He's a WBA light heavyweight champion. He's undefeated. He has wins over Joe Smith Jr., Sullivan Barrera, also Gene Pascal. Joe Smith is currently the WBO light heavyweight champion. Also, Gene Pascal was a former champion. Canelo Alvarez is the best fighter in the world, and he's in his prime at 31. But Jose Benavidez begs to differ. He thinks Canelo is getting old, his body's wearing down, and he also says, who has Canelo fought? Is that the pot calling the kettle black? Canelo became undisputed champion at 168 less than a year. And he says Canelo fights fighters past their prime, good fighters past their prime, and he also fights paper champions. But David Benavidez doesn't even fight good fighters past their prime, and the paper champions Canelo beat, he was supposed to beat before Canelo got there. So if Canelo's fighting paper champions, what is David Benavidez fighting? Paper? Because his resume is awful. And I like David Benavidez, and I would love to see him fight Canelo Alvarez. But for me to say he deserves it, I'll be lying. He loses his belt on a scale twice, and they blame Canelo for it. I listened to IBFP live today. Shout out to IBFP. It was a great live. He let the fans have their moment. And one of the fans said something that I've been saying. If David Benavidez, Andrade, and Jermall Charlo fight each other, a winner of like a tournament like that would have a case to fight Canelo. Matter of fact, I think Canelo fans and boxing fans alike would push and demand a fight like that. Hopefully, Andrade gets past Zach Parker and David Benavidez beats David Lemieux, and they can't get a fight with Canelo. They said they would fight each other, and maybe that'll start a new trend in boxing. Good fighters fighting each other for that top spot so they get a piece of the face of boxing, which is Canelo Alvarez. The bottom line is this. I don't think Canelo is scared at all. You only can fight one man at a time, and you can't fight everybody. And these guys need to step up and start eliminating each other to earn that top spot. Do you agree with Jose Benavidez Sr. that Canelo is scared of David Benavidez? I don't believe it, but give me your thoughts. Jay Beasy, I'm gone.